today we're flipping the script. It's not just about scoring goals, it's about stopping them. In FC 26, defending is just as important as attacking. And if you want to go on big FUT Champs run, you need to master the meta defending techniques. From using your 2 CDMs to cut passing lanes, to manual jockeying and positioning, to knowing when to press and when to stay compact. I'll break down exactly how to defend like a pro. If you've been conceding silly goals and struggling to hold the lead, this video is going to change the way you are going to play. I got a couple of examples for you guys to show you how you can actually properly defend like a pro. Before we get into it, actually, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Defending, what you're gonna see here is just gonna be all manual defending. It's not about, yes, custom tactics, of course, very important. Yes, we don't want to say it's not important, but guys, let's just say both of you and your partner, you both have very good tactics, defensive tactics and everything. That's when the skill comes up, and that's actually when you truly need to show your defensive ability just as well as scoring too, because we know scoring is not, hard. You guys are scoring a lot of goals, I'm sure, most of the game. Even if you lose, you're still gonna score like at least 2 or 3 goals in every match. But defending, that's what actually, that's what we want to get actually master, especially now in FC 26. The first one, if you pay attention to all of these examples, you're gonna see me not necessarily getting aggressive in terms of kind of like going for the statical slide tackle, or just being aggressive getting to the ball towards my opponent immediately. If you look at this example, there are a couple of things that I actually care about. The players that I'm playing against, I analyze it. Here you could see I'm playing against Williams. You could see bottom left. Williams, I know he's got rapid plus, very fast play. So I know my opponent is looking to go for the run. So here in this position, I know he's not going to pass to this player. He's not going to go for a shot. He's not going to pass. I know his main priority is to get inside with this, because he knows if he gets away, like if he could dribble the defender that's coming towards me, gets past him, he is gonna have a lot of a space. He's seeing all these spaces, so he can actually make the run very, very easily. Okay, so what I'm looking at this moment, I'm looking all about this. I'm not looking here. I'm not looking at this player. All I'm seeing is this area, dangerous. I know he wants to get inside, go for the shot. Okay, so the way I go for it is to always go towards where my opponent is going. Okay, in this case, Williams, you could see here, I didn't go towards it. I was kind of like, because I knew he was going towards this way, kind of like considering the chance maybe he could pass towards this way, but I'm just leaving the space for him because I know he wants to make the run this way. I'm looking forward to actually switch to this player or this player, whichever one that was actually possible, and to actually go for that one. So you could see I get past with this, he gets past. You could see using all of this. Now I have this one. Here's where the custom tactics are actually very good. I have my right back on fullback defense. Because of the natural of fullback being on defense, they tend to get kind of like close to your center back, kind of like closing these areas very well. Okay, of course, even though you put them on fullback defense, you seem to be very good in terms of switching, to that player on time, going for the run, and actually avoid though, kind of like prevent your opponent's player to get past you. So here you could see I go back. I was actually holding teammate contain here. Now I switch to him, I got the ball easily. If I were to just go for him immediately, he could just get past me easily. If I switch to this player at the beginning, I would have given free space to go for that, but because I know this player, there's a player there, okay, maybe there's a chance if I give this player space, going to pass him the ball, but I know I'm giving this player to go for the run. Now I go exactly where he wants to go, I get the ball, and that's just how it's going to be in this position. In this example, once again, you could see I didn't come towards that player. That's just not going to be the case. Like literally 99% of the time, I didn't go towards my opponents, the player that has ball. I keep my distance. I always keep my distance. If we look at the pro players, past 3, 4, 5 years, maybe like FIFA 21, 22, even from then, guys, you always have to keep your distance. You don't want to be aggressive. Maybe, yeah, against some opponent, if you're playing against a good player, like in this case, rank 2, rank 1, or division rivals, division rival, elite division, and the division rivals, those guys know what they're doing. So you have to keep your distance. If just, you don't want to be aggressive all the time. There are just some areas you should be aggressive, but overall you should do something like this. You could see I'm holding. I didn't come towards my opponent. You could see I was in this player. I didn't switch to this player. If I switched to here with my right back Christian, I would have given this player a lot of space. So I was just giving him a free chance. Okay, do not switch immediately to other players. Okay, this is going to get your players out of positions manually, and you're just going to ruining the defensive shape all by yourself. Okay, the custom back to the formation that doesn't want this, but you are the one who's ruining it. So do not switch to another player immediately. Here I'm still on my right back. You can see I'm still on my right mid. Pepe here. Now I switch to this one. Still keeping my distance. I'm going for a starting tackle, slide tackle. He's going for that one. My player is there. He's covering it. In this type of area, when you see this, yes, these are the situations where custom backs are actually very good. But usually there are center backs. If we don't have defender defense, actually, put them on defender defense. They do a very good job in terms of covering your opponent's strikers and keeping them from making, kind of sticking to them. It doesn't let this happen. So I got the ball easily. That's just how it's gonna be, and the rest of the build up. Here you could see my opponent a lot of space. Center mid goes past me, gets into the box. Here you could see, look at this. I go for the right stand tackle. This is one of the situations where just one-on-one. He was going towards this way. I go for the right tummy. When you go for a stand tackle or a slide tackle, always, guys, if you're in position like this, when your opponent is making a run towards somewhere, like in this case Marmouche, you could see here he made the run. I knew it didn't have enough space. He couldn't just turn this way to this way. I just anticipated. I knew he was going to this way to take the shot that way, so I stayed with my opponent. I didn't go this way immediately. I just kept he made the run immediately, and I could just defend it easily. In another example, you could see once again, look at the players making the run. These runs from your opponents are very dangerous. Look at this. Look at that rock on my opponents. Look where I'm going. I'm not even going towards him. Okay, I'm going with this one. That's the only player I'm worried about. And the reason I'm not actually switching to my right back is because if I go back to this player, in case he doesn't pass the ball, okay, I'm still on my center back covering these areas. With having full coverage on my right back too. Okay, so if in this case I go towards this way, all right, and I'm giving a lot of us to this player, right? This player is making the run. I'm switching to my right back. Let's just in the same moment he, this player makes a run. I'm switching to my right back. My right back is covering these areas. My opponent just doesn't want to wouldn't want to pass the ball because he has all this free space, because I already brought this player towards him and he got past me easily. So that's the reason I'm still on my center back, going towards this way, covering this area with my center back, because I want my right back to stay there in case my opponent changes his direction and keeps the ball, doesn't pass, so I can still cover the area with my center back. You see what happens here? I'm going towards that way, so you can see he passes the ball. This player, you can see how well it was covered. There's no way he could have passed to this player that would actually get past me, my defender, and this player is covered by my other center back, so I'm not worried about anything in the middle. So that's just how it's gonna be. If I'm keeping my distance, this is exactly what happens. Always do this. Always go towards the space, the free space your opponent has. Your opponent is going to use the space, either go for a throw ball or making those runs, speed boosts to get past you. Go towards that way, and trust me, your opponent would have no choice other than just doing something else, changing direction, whatever. That's just what you want, right? So example, we got the ball easily. In the next example, you could see we got once again those cutting those passing lane. You can see my right back was there. Another good example of being a fullback, defense, just keeping the cover. Footwork balance is very good as well. Don't get me wrong, but in some situations, footwork defense is just overall better. If you want, you think your opponent is doing very good job in terms of those counter attacks, especially. So get the ball. I lose the ball in this position. Look what I do here. I'm still on my. You can see my right back is at the position. I'm giving a lot of message to my opponents. Here, my center back. I switch to him now. I know Marmouche, the fast player. If he gets the ball, he's going past me. So in this position, this is the best thing. Look at the space between me and him, like towards there. If he makes the run, it's just gonna be the ball is going towards this way. I would have no other choice than do something like this. I go for the tackle, okay, because I know the distance from me and my and the ball, which is a lot. And if he gets back, there's just no one there. This player can just get to this on time. My right back is there, and I would have just given him a free one-on-one situation, and sure, he would have definitely scored this ball. I go for the tackle, and it's just what happens. The time that you should go for the tackle guy is a time where you are away from them in the right angle with the ball, but not necessarily close to it. Okay, this was exactly perfect example. I was in the angle. It was towards. I wasn't behind the ball. I was going towards the ball was going, but it was getting closer to my opponent as the ball went forward. So that's why I went for a tackle to kind of like compensate for the for the space, the distance that I had, which was a lot in this case from my defender to the ball. So I compensated this by a slight tackle, and I just got the ball, stopped the attack easily. In this case, I'm playing. This is a Gyökeres, very good card actually. Gets those defensive good. You guys know how good he is. If he gets past you, don't stop him. He's definitely going to get past you and score. Look what I do. I'm still on my CDM. I'm switching. I'm still on my CDM. Go for the stand tackle. Doesn't work. But I'm not switching to any of my center backs or left back or any other player. I'm still on my player, on my CDM. Okay, there are no players here to make the run. It's just him. I know my opponent is going to do that, so I'm gonna stay on my CDM, going towards him, I go for stand tackle. I made a mistake, but I'm still okay. Once again, so I didn't switch to anyone. Even now that I switched to my center back, it was just because the game itself switched to it, honestly. And even now, I didn't do anything. I let him do whatever the game just helped me, because he wanted to go from this way. It was just immediately the game itself switched to Marcelo. The game did it for me. Okay, I just didn't switch immediately. So the main point is, do not switch to another player immediately, and let the game, let the AI help you. Trust me, this is the best way to actually benefit from there. There is no other way to actually use others from this positioning and everything, just from the custom tactics, but from the mechanism and everything. If you don't switch immediately, trust me guys, you're going to benefit from it a lot. In this example, you can see my right back comes forward. I get the ball a little bit aggressive. It's okay to go for a stand tackle, starting to right from there. In this example, you could see making the runs. But this point here, got past me easily. But I'm still on Araujo. I'm not switching Pacho. I'm still on my the defender that I was on the moment he got the ball. I'm following him now. It's Pacho. I'm following him in case he makes a pass. Go for the sand tackle for the lane, not necessarily towards my opponent's foot. Here, so keep my distance to my center back. I'm just going towards him, looking for the right chance, right space to go for a sand tackle. If you look at this, I know this in this type of situation. Your opponent is either going to this way, using L1 or L2 to keep the ball, suddenly change direction toward this way, going towards it, do all this maneuvering, and just want to pass the ball towards here. So what you want to do is to watch when you go for a stand tackle and actually keep your distance and find the right timing for the stand tackle. Honestly, when to go for the stand tackle, it comes back to, it depends from the situation to situation, and players to play your opponent's ability, your opponent's player that you're using. But most of the time it's going to be very fast runs, agile players, lots of just using left stick dribbling and everything. If you keep your distance, kind of have a good sense of anticipation where he wants to go next and everything, you you could certainly stop your opponent's attack easily. Here I go for a stand tackle, you can see my opponent's there, and from there I just start the build up. In this example, you can see my opponent goes past me. Here I'm on my CDM, he is still on my CDM, and then maybe wants to go for the pass. Even here I switch to this player, could have definitely go past, but I couldn't have covered this area with this player, right? I go get back with my CDM to close up. Now I look for a chance to actually switch to my center back, because here you could see it was a clear pass, right? I made my opponent to actually change his direction. Okay, he wanted to go for a pass either to this or this player, right? This player wants to make the run towards this way. All of it, I knew I was going to do that. So in this position, I tried to cover the area, make him to change direction, because if he came here, I have my center back, I have my left back, this center back, it's going to be all covered up, so there's no way he could actually go. And you can see this exactly what happened. He got here, he had to change, go for his step over, got here by the time he still wanted to pass over that player, but it was just too late. I knew what he wants to do, and it got the ball. That's actually how I got it. So all this manual defending and everything, that's exactly what I mean. Manually switch the player, manually tracking back and covering this area. Actually, you need to have, first and foremost, have a good sense of anticipation, have the right timing of a stand tackle and a slide tackle. And here, I'm seeing my two players from my opponent's team making the runs, triggering both of them at the same time, because I know he wants to pass. It's a clear chance. So this is going to be my main focus, not necessarily the one that has the ball. You could see he wants to go for the ball. Look at our hook. Once again, like my 2 or 3 examples ago, I went towards where he wanted to make the pass. I know this is where he wants to. If I go for an offside trap, Marcelo is there. It's just going to be good. Is going to cover there by the time Marcelo comes out, comes out of being kind of like not being in the line, making my opponent to go offside. He would have already passed the ball, make this play to go 1-on-1. It would have been too late. Okay, so here what I wanted to do is to just manually cover these areas when I did it by myself. You could see here, look what happens. I'm going towards that way. Look where my center back is going. I'm going towards that because I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and this is exactly actually did this. You could see went for the pass and I got the ball. So always predict where he wants to pass the ball, where he wants to go. It's not about stand tackle or slide tackle all the time, guys. Yes, this could be very effective, but guys, there are matches for the whole 90 minutes. I don't even make one stand tackle, or let's just not stand tackle. Of course, I would make at least one, but honestly, there are times I will make even one slide tackle through the whole 90 minutes, man. Just keeping my distance. Even the stand tackle is just limited in some games, some matches. I just kind of like cut those passing lanes, I just keep my distance. I intercept the ball. This is how I get the ball, not necessarily from lots of tackling. Okay, here I go for that. This is exactly how I got the ball. So make sure you have a good sense of anticipation. Once again, here I go for this. I know my opponent's. Here's Rafaelio. I know my opponent wants to make the run with this player. There's a lot of space here. Again, good sense of anticipation. If he wants to go, there's just a lot of space for him. Here, this run, exactly this run, when he got the ball, I knew he wanted to go for that. Because if you want to change your direction for getting back, passing, or getting inside, when you get the ball in these situations, you don't make the second. He got the ball here. He actually hold the sprint, his sprint speed, and started running. So I knew in that exact moment, he wants to make the run. He doesn't want to cut inside. He doesn't want to keep the ball, turn, and everything. He wants to make the run. And you could see here, this run exactly got, and I went for a stand tackle. By the time he wanted to get back, like here, he wanted to get back, it was just too late. I already went for a stand tackle. So this is exactly what I'm going to go with the stand. When the ball is away from my opponent, even myself, I go for a stand tackle, and I can easily get the ball back, do whatever. Here, this corner could be very dangerous. Actually, I'm keeping my distance once again. You could see I'm defending with my striker, with my left back is there. Everyone's like, in this situation, I'm sure most of you guys consider silly goals, honestly, in this situation, guys. So you have to be careful again, keeping your distance, even whatever who it is. There's just a lot of players in your opponent because it's a corner. Keep my distance. Again, stand tackle, that's okay. I've got a lot of player. Just keeping my distance, not switching to my center back immediately. I've got lots of players. And here you can see I didn't even go do any stand tackles. He just, you know, the game itself got the ball itself and just easily made a mistake. Once again, you could see it's a very compact situation. So in this situation, do not panic the game itself because there's just a lot of players in there. It's going to cover itself very well if you do things. Keep it okay and not be super aggressive. And this is exactly what happened. My left back got there, got the ball back, and started right from there. Another example, you could see I gave my opponent a lot of space towards there. I knew I wanted him to go for the pass to this player. I mean, look, you got all of this space. Go for this player. It's tempting him to go for the pass, but I know what he wants to do. Because for that one, I go towards this way. You could see I'm covering this area manually, and that's it. That's over. That's just gonna be it for my opponents. Once again, you can see in this situation when you see your opponent making you very good inside the penalty area, you be like, oh man, there's no way I can stop it. I'm gonna show you a very good example of the tackling here. So he goes there, gets inside. I'm kind of going for, you can see my opponent going for constant fake shots, looking for a chance. He got past me. There's just no way to stop him. Otherwise, I don't want to risk it. It could be a penalty. So I keep my distance here. I went towards, you can see here, like right here. I go towards that way. You can see I'm going towards that way. Exact moment. I know he wants to make the shot, man. I know he wants to take this. Don't want to pass to here. Wants to take the shot. And exactly here I go for it. I did press this stand tackle, but it didn't actually work. It just blocked it. Okay, I just blocked it manually. The exact moment I went towards that way, and this is exactly what happened. My opponent was there. So the main point here, it proves my point that if you anticipate where the ball wants to go, your opponent, your defender, is going to stop the ball no matter what. Here, went there, got him. That's just how it's going to be. Another example, you can see my opponent making the run with down the left winger, try to be a little bit aggressive, and I get the ball. So in this situation, when you see your opponents try to make the run, this fast player, one thing is make sure you use fast fullbacks, especially, or center backs. But fullback should be very, at least above 85 at this time. Okay, at least about here, Rich James. With a shadow, I think it goes above like 85 or something. So make sure you put someone at least, again, 85 to kind of like do good in terms of attack, wingers like Leo, very fast winger. I tend to get a little bit aggressive, go for that on. The reason this is all happening, I'm using constant, kind of like go for the shoulder challenge here, using advanced defending here, and this is exactly how it got. He kept on going. I just knew he wants to make the run. It just didn't work here at all. Once again, you could see he gets the ball, and this is another good example of your custom decks could be very helpful. You could see here Vitinha, okay, my CDM got the ball, okay. Even in this one was still on Pacho. I didn't switch to Vitinha immediately, but here I switched to it, and I got the ball easily. Your CDM could be very good, guys. If you really like defensively, I don't recommend using anything other than like maybe like 4-2-3-1. Honestly, 4-2-3-1 could be very good formation. All of this you're seeing is just I'm using 4-2-3-1. The 2 CDM could be very good and actually very good in terms of attacking. You can check out my latest video on my channel using the 4-2-3-1. Very good, man, with the wide variation, left mid, right mid. You can use the wing and everything. But if you like defensively, any formation you're using, make sure you're using player formation that has 2 CDMs. Okay, there aren't a lot, but the 2 CDMs could be very helpful. And see, you could say I have an extra help for that one. Once again, you could see my opponent want to make the run. You could see I was going towards that way. I gave him a space right here. I gave him a space. He got there. I got him into my trap, and I just went for a stand tackle, and I got the ball easily. In this position, you see my opponent making the maneuvering down the wing and keeping my distance. Not necessarily a lot. He was just a little bit bad decision making for myself, but still kept on Marcelo. Didn't switch to my center back or other players. He wants to go for like right here, then extra help for my center mid. Cover the ball again. Another help good from the custom decks and everything. And that's a blueprint for meta defending in FC 26. Stay compact, guys. control the midfield, cut off passing lanes, guys. That's very important. And time your tackle. Please, guys, you need to time your tackle and don't rely on it a lot, guys. And trust me, you'll see your goals conceded drop instantly. If this breakdown helps you lock down your defense and win more games, smash that like button, subscribe for more instruction and of course meta tactics, and let me know in the comments which defending tip helps you the most. Thanks for watching EFC Land, where every tactic becomes meta, and I'll see you guys in the next one.